Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham and today I'm joined by Nic Matic, who's CEO of Heavy Minerals. Nic, okay, so you've been pretty busy across your portfolio of projects. Let's concentrate first on the Port Gregory Garnet project in WA. You recently released a resource update there. Talk us through that and the importance of what you've sort of put in that resource.
Look, we have been pretty busy since listing in September last year. We hit the ground running. We got our maiden resource out within 8 months of listing, which I think is a fantastic effort by the team. And it surprised on the upside. So we were able to get an inferred and indicated resource from our project, and it was 135 million tonnes at 4% total heavy mineral, of which there was a 90% garnet fraction in the heavy mineral. And so that resulted in approximately 4.9 million tonnes of contained garnet, which if you're talking iron ore terms, it doesn't seem like a lot, but in the garnet world, it's approximately 5 years worth of worldwide demand, and that sort of shows the size of the resource. Now, the size of the resource is one thing, but we see a supply gap coming up in the next couple of years. It's been forecast by TZMI, one of the sort of mineral sands data aggregators, and we can see a real potential for us to supply in the short to medium term into a supply constrained market where there's excess demand.
Yeah, sorry, can I just sort of jump in there for a minute, Nic, and just sort of ask you about, okay, so you're talking about like garnet and such within your the resource there. Can you just explain to us, please, what the garnet market and what the garnets are used for? Because it is it's a commodity that a lot of people really don't know very well. Everybody knows, oh yeah, gold, iron ore, and all the rest of them. But then people are probably scratching their heads and going, so what are you doing?
Okay, most people traditionally think of garnet as a gemstone. Where with our project, it's a sand, so it's used as an industrial abrasive. So just think things like sandblasting, where there's hard particles hitting against say metal to strip paint off or rust. So that's one of the primary uses in blasting. And in recent years, so in the last 10-15 years, water jet cutting has really taken off as an end use and is now the dominant driver of demand. Water jet cutting uses a high pressure jet of water which is infused with small garnet grains, and it can essentially cut through anything. Garnets have got a very high hardness, so it's used in a lot of advanced manufacturing techniques. So anywhere where there's big industry, garnet is typically found. So it's an industrial material, so it's a GDP play, for want of a better word.
So your project, you've got the Port Gregory one up north in WA. How's it sort of shaping up market-wise, importance-wise to the market?
So there are two forms of, there are numerous forms of garnet, but critically the way it's looked at is a hard rock and an alluvial style material. We've got alluvial almandine garnet, which is what you'd consider the premium product. We are getting metallurgy work done on the tests carried out at the moment on our potential product suites, and which will give us an idea of the sizing and any deleterious material within our project. Once that's done, we'll then be able to go to potential off-takers and go, these are the products we can create. Are you interested in, say, our water jet cutting grade or a blasting grade, and then start talking about that. The material's definitely driven by end use, not by just flooding the market with material. So that is yet to be determined, but our preliminary results are looking positive.
Okay, so you were saying before the resource has come out bigger or better than what you imagined when you were going in. So what does that sort of say for the near future, your plans for the project now?
So as I mentioned, we're in we've just recently kicked off the scoping study. We've got IHC Mining, who are experts in the field on the case, and by Q3 we're expecting them to be able to deliver a preliminary scoping study and a preliminary economic assessment. And what that'll allow us to do is get the upfront estimation on the upfront capex, the opex, and our product suite. And then that'll allow us to go to market and start talking to off-takers about potentially securing off-take agreements, and then looking at ways to fund the project through the next stages of the project, which will be feasibility studies and the like. So we're really looking to progress this quickly. We see a sweet spot in the market in the next 3 to 4 or 5 years to get something happening, and so that's what we're aiming for, is to get there ready to make that opportunity ours, I guess, for want of a better word.
Just when you were talking, you mentioned Q3, that all these sort of things are going to happen. Then you realise that's not far away.
Actually, it's frightening.
Yeah,
we've been very busy, and it's actually, it's. When we were putting our timeline together, and I've got my Gantt chart, I sometimes get get surprised at how much has been achieved, and the good thing is we've made promises to our investors, and we've slipped a little bit, maybe a month here and there, but look, at the end of the day, we've delivered upon what we said we'd do in our prospectus and subsequent announcements, and I think that's really a testament to our drive to get this up and running as a mine. If it stacks up, and look, I'm confident. I'm not going to say, I can't say it's going to happen, but look, I think we've got as good a chance as any, and with a low potentially low capex and opex operation, this is a pretty easy one to get off the ground.
Good. All right. So with all that happening, you haven't taken your eye off the ball in Mozambique. You've got your other mineral sands project over there.
No, that's correct. We just recently attended the Indaba conference, and also conducted a site visit to the project to work, to meet with our partners over there, and align ourselves with where we see that project going. We just recently released the metallurgy results for it, and they came back. They were fantastic. We've got a very a good product suite that's coming out of there. Primary ilmenite at approximately 49% TiO2. And that can be produced with very basic processing, simple spirals and the like. It's not a complex process there. There's no roasting required on that. And we've got a zircon, which is this much off being a premium zircon. The thorium and the radioactivity is below 500 ppm, which is sort of the benchmark that's been set. And there is a slight, what's the word I'm looking for? A slight contaminant. I mean, it sounds bad, but it just means that it's just a fraction of being premium grade, which is not the end of the world. It'll find a home quite comfortably, and a rutile product with over 90% TiO2. So we've got a readily, an easily marketable suite of products there. Should that project get off the ground, and we're investigating the a leucoxene or a high-tie product now with some secondary processing, and that those results will come back to us hopefully within a month or two. And so we're progressing on all fronts.
All right. Well, it looks like we're in for a busy Q3, Nic, and so
yes,
we'll be looking forward to hear all that news coming through from Heavy Minerals. So until then, thanks again for joining us here at the Roadhouse. It's always we like to learn here at the Roadhouse, so we like to hear about new things. So it's an interesting project, and one that has sort of whetted our interest. So good luck with everything. And we look forward to catching up soon.